Hey, good morning, or afternoon. Figured I'd show you how I did last night. Obviously I missed a few. I just couldn't see them. I'll get them now, but you can plainly see how effective the DR is as a mowing apparatus. I even managed to get some of the scrubs in the other part of the yard that I had apparently missed. I guess this is about 15 minutes work to clean these up. Yeah, I still got some tall grass there, but most of the shrubs are gone. Just these little clusters left. I did take a stab at the tree area again last night. Unfortunately, I had something distract me, so it was another hour after the last video before I could get out. And once again, I ran out of daylight, but I figured I'd show you what it is that the DR does. This is the area that was overgrown with saplings before, and as you can see, they're all gone now. Let's hear it. Hi folks, I'm just doing a follow-up on the original Project 1, which was to take the string cord assemblies off the other mowers and see if I could reuse them, or the strings at least, for this mower in the yellow. I found something interesting to me, which this mower does not appear to be, or engine does not appear to be a Briggs & Stratton. Therefore the accessing the parts was a lot simpler. The cover is secured by standard Phillips screws, which is lovely, and it appears the string cord assembly is secured by simple nuts and not rivets like the Briggs & Stratton assembly. That being said, it's just a question of finding the correct size bit and removing it that way. Too small. Got a good selection of them here, so it's just a question of finding one that's right. Too small. Worst come to worst, I fall back to my socket wrenches. This one's too big, so it's got to be something in between. Definitely not that one. Can't be that one. So let's see this one. Okay, weirdly too small. It's fascinating. Jumping from too big to too small. Too big. Too small. Okay, I'm falling back to the socket wrenches. Okay, my handy dandy little sockets there in the gray case are SAE, that is in inch increments, and what I've determined is that the socket is metric, specifically 10 millimeter. So 10 millimeter socket head should do it just fine. Yes, it does. And we'll resume filming after I've got the head off. Okay, it's definitely not a Briggs & Stratton, but it's very similar in construction. And the good news is a cord is a cord. And I will remove the cords from one of the Briggs & Stratton assemblies, thread them onto here, and replace it. And the next film should be of the completed unit. Okay, it never rains without pouring. I noticed that the tab on the spring here seemed a little shorter than what I'm used to. Checking around some more in the housing, I found a missing piece of spring. And I have no doubt it was a contributing factor to the cord breaking. Not directly, but it certainly helped. This little piece here, in a perfect world, you can just see the broken sharp edge there. It should have been attached like that, but instead it broke off, and then subsequently the cord broke and didn't rewind. Well, now we know why. So before rethreading a new cord on it, which would be easy enough, the first step is going to be either repairing the spring or possibly pulling the spring out of the Briggs & Stratton unit and inserting it. Those springs are pretty universal, and it's very possible the Briggs & Stratton spring will be a perfect fit. But I would rather not unravel a coil spring like this if I don't have to. And the easiest solution is going to be to put a little bend in this to replicate the broken piece. And hopefully that can be done quickly and easily. Okay, this assembly, I've done a lot of reading on these overhead valve 173cc engines. They're from China. The good news about it is they actually sell the engines as separate components in various sizes, and they all supposedly fit the same mower type mount. Maybe I'll rethink my decision to scrap some of the other mowers, but anyway, I have rebent the spring to fit into the hole in the center pillar. I had to remove the spring from the reel to do that, but I did so, reshaped the spring, inserted it into both ends, rewound the spring, and I've now wound this counterclockwise to the maximum to establish compression for the string. I have cut the knot off the Briggs & Stratton string and threaded it through the hole, and I'm now going to tie an overhand knot in this, and hopefully in a few seconds everything will work. You notice that I'm holding the pulley under spring pressure with a C-clamp. That keeps it from rotating back, and hopefully in a few seconds I'll be able to show you the entire assembly working properly. Okay, I'm pleased to report that the repair appears to... I'm trying to figure out how to hold the camera while pulling the cord. Let's try one-handed. There's got to be a better way. Let's see. Camera up here. Okay, with the angle. Notice the ears come out as the cord rotates. And it goes back under her own power quite happily. So the repair to the spring works. Hopefully it'll hold. This unit now has a functional cord. The cord was a little bit thicker on the Briggs & Stratton, but not enough to cause a problem sufficient to require any modification or enlargement of holes or anything. It just became a very tight fit. But the entire pull cord is on the spring. The unit functions properly. The ears come out to turn the engine when the cord is pulled. And all in all, I hereby pronounce this project done. I mean, obviously I'll bolt a new assembly or rebuilt assembly onto the mower, but I'm pretty confident that I shouldn't have any problems starting that mower tomorrow, which will give me at least one functional small mower in addition to 2 DRs. And this completes Project 1. Have a good night.